Hello everyone, this is Kashif Malik, Associate Member at Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur and Senior Reporter at Awaaz. Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur is conducting Entrepreneurship Awareness Drive Kharagpur today. And one of our guest speakers is Mr. Amitabh Ray, Managing Director, Ericsson. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, how has your work changed from being the Vice President of IBM to the Managing Director at Ericsson Global Services India?
That's a very good question. The nature of work is almost the same. It's managing a very large operation. What I would say that, coming from a very IT company which works across various verticals, in Ericsson is primarily focused on telecom and telecom operators. So the customer focus is a little different, but otherwise I think the work is same. It continues to interact with the customers, continue to hire the best and the brightest from the market, and nurture the talent.
So what do you think, how does economic development affect the growth of the company?
The economic development is very much, has a big influence towards the growth of company. I would say that we are in a business where a lot of capital investment is needed. So in geographies where there is a problem with economic problem or recession, we see a lot of challenges over there. Operators tend not to invest a lot in the capital intensive projects. So it is totally linked.
So, sir, when the company reaches its zenith, like Ericsson, what are the strategies used by the company in order, to sustain the position and compete with the market competition?
Yeah, this is also a very good question. I would say the companies like us, who is in the business for over 140 years now, it is very, very important for us to reset our targets every now and then. Because if you see in technology space or in any other space, companies who are successful, if you take any industry and say, okay, which are the top 10 companies in that industry, and you fast forward to 20 years, and perhaps you'll not find those 10 names as number 1 to 10, right? And you'll see some new names are appearing. So there is a, secret sauce of companies like IBM, like Ericsson, who remain successful over the years. I believe they reset their targets. Once they put a target, they chase, they put all their strategy, investment behind it. As soon as they reach that, they set up a new set of target, and that's how they keep moving on and on. Right?
So recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he launched a campaign, Startup Indian, Startup India. What are your views on this campaign?
I think it's a great opportunity for our entrepreneurs to grab it and ensure that we create the kind of startup infrastructure as well as community which perhaps India is looking for a long time now. So I think the initiative is great, and it's for us, people in the industry, and for young entrepreneurs or future entrepreneurs like you to ensure that we make it a success.
So any piece of advice for the aspiring entrepreneurs, what should be the do's and don'ts when they step in the startup ecosystem?
In terms of do's and don'ts, I believe that you'll have to have passion. I would just say do's mostly. You have to have passion. You have to have ideas, and you'll have to have the perseverance to chase that. When I talk about ideas, I think there's a myth that in terms of startup that always you'll have to come up with something great idea or new idea, right? But I personally believe that's a myth. I think it's your focus, what you want to do in that particular area is more important, execution. And I can leave with a small example over here. The world's most successful startup today, they never came up with the first movers advantage. They never came up with the coolest idea. And I'm talking about Google. If you see Google, they actually came with last movers advantage. So when they entered the business, there are already Netscape, Yahoo, and that in search engine business, you don't have space for more than one or even two. So they actually looked at what are the opportunities they can find from the loopholes of the product of the existing business, or these companies, and they came up with a better product. So I think for startups, it is important that you have the passion to build something, to grow something. It's not necessarily that you'll have to have the coolest idea, which perhaps sometimes discourages people to get into startup, because if I don't have the greatest idea on earth, I'll not be a successful entrepreneur, right?
So, and last thing we would like to ask you, what is the most important thing that you're working on right now, and how are you planning to approach it and make it happen?
I think technology is definitely one of the most important area. As you know that company Ericsson as a company, we are going for the next phase of evolution, which is going to be 5G connectivity, because that is important to make IoT happen. Because IoT in mass scale is not going to happen if you don't have much lower latency network, mobile broadband network available. So that is from technology side. Personally, if you ask me, apart from working and helping the company to achieve its technological goals, my other objective is to ensure that we nurture the best talents available in the market and then provide them all the opportunities so that they can come up with the next set of innovations.
So next we'll have a short rapid fire round and we shall have to answer questions very quickly. Shall we begin?
Okay.
Favorite business book?
Favorite business book? Blink.
Favorite entrepreneur?
Bill Gates.
India versus US in terms of living and working?
Living and working, India.
Cubicle or corner office?
Corner office.
Any present company you would have loved to found?
To found? There are actually many. I cannot think of a single one.
One that comes to you.
I see a great opportunity in the internet, trade companies, companies like eBay, perhaps.
Favorite workday time waster?
Workday time waste. I sometimes take a break and try to play some computer games.
Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton?
Hillary Clinton.
Thank you so much, sir. That was all.
Thank you.